I am currently associated with the ATH Infosystems, and I'll be the instructor for you for this workshop. And just a brief introduction about the workshop, that we will be revolving mostly around the AWS cloud concepts, and we will be covering all the basic and the core services that are provided by AWS during this whole workshop. So let's start. So this is the agenda for us for today's workshop. So we will be covering the introduction to the cloud platform, basically what is a cloud and why it came into the picture. Then we will see what are the different cloud providers that we have currently in the market, and we'll look about their market share as well, that which cloud provider is the leading cloud provider right now. Then we will cover the basic concepts of AWS, like what is AWS, why it came into the picture, and how AWS became popular. After that, we will be covering the basic step to get started with AWS, that is creating the account on the AWS console. So I'll walk you through with the complete process, like one step by step, how you can create your account on cloud platform. And then we will start with the first basic and most core service of AWS, that is EC2. And during the session, if you have any questions or any doubt, then you can just type that question in your chat, and me or my team will be responding you with the appropriate solutions. And I'll try to take a small Q&A session at the end of the session if the time allows. So this is how the today's workshop will go on. So currently in the market, we have various cloud providers that are Google Cloud, Azure, AWS. And apart from these three, there are other cloud platforms also, like Alibaba Cloud, Oracle, etc. But the three cloud platforms that you are seeing on the screen right now are the major competitors and the mostly used cloud platforms. So as the name suggests, the Google Cloud Platform is a platform provided us by Google. Azure is a cloud platform that is provided to us by Microsoft, and AWS is the cloud platform that is provided to us by Amazon. So we will be covering mostly around AWS. Okay, so let's start with the basic introduction of cloud. What is the cloud and what is cloud computing? So I'll be using both the languages, like I'll be using Hindi and English, both the languages, so that you can get a grip on basic concepts, and it will help you get started. So what is a cloud platform? Basically, what happened earlier was like try to understand it in this way, that if let's suppose you are trying to build an application. So while building an application, you need to write a code, right? Whether that code is in any language, whether it is in Python, PHP, Node.js, or whatever XYZ language. So what happens is like try to understand it in a very layman language, that you have written a code, and then if you want to run that application, you obviously have to host that application on a server, right? So इनिशियली व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि अगर कंपनीज को जैसे कोई एप्लीकेशन अपनी बनानी होती थी या प्रोवाइड करनी होती थी, तो कंपनीज को क्या करना पड़ता था, एक सर्वर परचेज करना पड़ता था, उसको सेटअप करना पड़ता था. नाउ लाइक टू सेटअप अ सर्वर दे नीड वेरियस थिंग्स, like they have to keep an admin guy, they have to keep a networking person, they have to set up the कूलिंग सिस्टम, बेसिकली एयर कंडीशन, ताकि सर्वर्स वगैरह हीट ना हो. तो इन सब चीजों से क्या होता था कि देयर वाज अ वेरी हाई कॉस्ट जो कंपनीज को बेयर करनी पड़ती थी. लाइक देयर वाज वेरी हाई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कॉस्ट, लाइक दे हैव टू बाय अ सर्वर, दे हैव टू सेट अप ऑल दी थिंग्स जो सर्वर को बेसिकली चला पाए. तो वाई क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग बिकेम पॉपुलर इज कि आप लोगों को जैसे कोई कंपनी है उसको अपना कोई एप्लीकेशन होस्ट करना है, तो कंपनीज को सर्वर परचेज करने की जरूरत नहीं होती थी, फिजिकल सर्वर अपना डेटा सेंटर सेटअप करने की जरूरत नहीं होती थी, मतलब आपका नेटवर्किंग के लिए अलग से एक पर्सन नहीं रखना पड़ता था। तो सारी चीजें क्लाउड प्रोवाइडर्स ने क्या किया, दे हैव ऑटोमेटेड इट एंड दे हैव प्रोवाइडेड ऑल दी सर्विसेज टू यू ऑनलाइन। तो बेसिकली क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग जो हमारा इनिशियल कॉस्ट आता है कुछ भी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेटअप करने के लिए, जैसे कोई कंपनी को कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेटअप करना है, तो उस चीज को ओवरकम किया क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म में। सो दी कंपनीज डोंट हैव टू bear the cost of setting up the infrastructure. That is the initial thing that the company has to do. So basically, cloud providers, what they did is they are providing you all the necessary hardware or all the necessary services for your organization online. So basically, what happened is the cost that you had to incur in the beginning of the setup, that was minimized. So this was the basic reason why cloud came into the picture and why cloud computing is so popular nowadays. And as I discussed earlier, that these are the few major cloud platforms that are there in the market: AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM Cloud. There are Oracle Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, etc. So this was the very basic reason why cloud came into the existence. Yes. So as I uh, discussed, that we will be revolving around AWS in this session mostly because AWS is the most used platform right now in the market, followed by Azure and then GCP. So let's start with the AWS. So this is the basic introduction, what basically AWS is. So as I explained, Amazon Web Services, aka the AWS, is the cloud provider that is offered to us by Amazon. So this is the first thing about AWS, and basically what cloud providers provide us is that they provide us all kind of hardware or any kind of IT related services that you can require in your organization. So there are few of the resources that are mentioned on the screen. So let's discuss them one by one. So first is the computing power. So computing power refers to the servers or the machines that the cloud providers give us. These machines are nothing but basically a system or a computer, you can imagine. Like ये एक विंडोज कंप्यूटर भी हो सकता है, ये एक लिनक्स कंप्यूटर भी हो सकता है, ये एक मैक ओएस कंप्यूटर भी हो सकता है। तो ये compute power is basically the server that you use to purchase. Then moving on to the second point, that is the storage. So storage you can think as normal अगर systems में हम देखें तो hard disk लगी हुई होती है, that is a storage. So you don't have to go and purchase a storage separately, or you don't have to purchase a physical storage. So this thing is also provided to us by the cloud platform. We will go through each one of them in practical. This is just a theory and a very high level overview of the things. Third point is the databases. So database is something that can hold your sensitive information or some information related to your project, to your product. अगर इसको थोड़ा लेमैन लैंग्वेज में समझें, तो अगर आप कोई शॉपिंग वेबसाइट पे जा रहे हो, तो शॉपिंग वेबसाइट पे आपने कुछ ऑर्डर परचेज किया, तो आप जब ऑर्डर उसको परचेज करते हो तो आप अपनी डिटेल्स देते हो उस ऑर्डर के लिए कि आपका नाम क्या है, आपका कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर क्या है, आपका एड्रेस क्या है। तो एप्लीकेशन क्या करती है कि ये जितनी ये सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन होती है, सारी सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन इज स्टोर्ड इन अ डेटाबेस. Like the database will hold the address, name, your contact number and your order details in a secure way, so that it is not exposed to the public. So that services are also provided by the cloud platform. Then comes the fourth point is the networking. Networking, as you know, that without network we cannot do anything on the internet. Internet is basically the networking part. So that complete infrastructure is also provided by the cloud platforms. Then comes the analytics. So nowadays in the market, as you see, there are a lot of hype around machine learning, AI, data analytics. So मशीन लर्निंग के लिए बेसिकली आपको क्या करना होता है? आपको एक मॉडल चाहिए होता है जो कि ट्रेंड होता है. देयर इज अ मॉडल वेयर वी कैन ऐड आवर डेटा एंड इट इज ट्रेन्ड एंड इट कैन गिव यू एन आउटपुट. सो cloud providers, what they have done is they have given us a pre-trained data or data set जो कि हम डायरेक्टली अपने सॉल्यूशंस में यूज कर सकते हैं. So these are the different and very core services that are provided by all the cloud platforms. Like these services will remain same for AWS, for Azure, and for GCP, and for other cloud platforms as well. So these are the core services, and we'll go through them each one by one. And I'll request you all to write your doubts or your questions in chat if you have any. I'll try to take some questions at the end of the session. But my team is available right now to answer your questions that you have. All right. So let's start with the very basic thing to get started on any cloud platform. Like the process that I am going to share you will remain almost the same for AWS, Azure, GCP, or any cloud platform that you pick in the market. So as you know that without creating an account, we will not be able to use it. हम किसी चीज को अगर यूज करना चाहते हैं तो हमको थोड़ा उसको साइन अप करना पड़ेगा. So our very basic first step would be to create our account on the AWS. And I hope that many of you would have the account on the AWS. So this can be a little boring for you guys, but let's see the process one by one for those who don't have the account right. All right. So you the first thing that you have to go do is you have to go to the link that is shown on the screen. That is the aws.amazon.com. And when you go to this screen, you will be presented with the screen that is visible on your screen. So as you can see that there is a complete sign up or process. So you have to click the sign up process to create a new account. And if you guys have already have an account, so you can just do a sign in. There is a sign in option also on the right hand top. If you see, that is adjacent to the complete sign up process. So if you already have an account, well and good, you can just log in into your account. And if you don't have an account, so you need to complete a sign up process. So after clicking the complete sign up process, you can see there is a create a new AWS account that is at the bottom of the screen. Create a new AWS account. So you just have to click that in order to create a new account. अदरवाइज अगर आपके पास ऑलरेडी कोई अकाउंट है तो आप अपना क्रेडेंशियल्स जो यूजर नेम एट example.com है वहां पर आप टाइप इन करके अपना पासवर्ड देके डायरेक्ट कंसोल के अंदर लॉग इन कर सकते हैं. So we will be going through the create a new AWS account process. Okay, so after clicking on that option, you will see the screen that is available on the screen right now. That is sign up for AWS. So here you have to give a root user email ID. So basically, you root user email ID is like a admin. तो आपका ये जो रूट यूजर रहेगा इसके पास सारी प्रिविलेजेस रहेंगी आपके अकाउंट को हैंडल करने की. लाइक आपकी बिलिंग प्रोफाइल, जो अकाउंट की बिलिंग प्रोफाइल होती है और जितनी भी मतलब बेसिक अकाउंट सेटिंग्स रहती हैं वो इस रूट यूजर के पास रहेंगी. तो मेक श्योर दैट टू गिव दिस रूट यूजर एज योर ईमेल आईडी दैट यू आर यूजिंग करेंटली. ओके. And after that, you can give an alias to your account. That is the account name. Like if my name is Sarthak, so I'll be putting here Sarthak, and I'll be verifying my email after clicking on the verify email address button that is shown in the orange. So after clicking on the verify email button, you will receive a confirmation email on your email address that you have provided as a root account. So आपको बस अपना रूट अकाउंट खोलना है, उसके ऊपर आपको ईमेल चेक करनी है, ईमेल के ऊपर आपके पास एक वेरिफिकेशन कोड आएगा और वो वेरिफिकेशन कोड विल बी यूज्ड टू वेरीफाई योर ईमेल. So the sample verification code is shown on your screen. Like the email that you will receive from AWS would look something like this. That there will be a description of the purpose of the email, and then there will be the verification code. So you have to copy this verification code. Basically, verification code को copy करो. Or do you see the message in the bracket that is below the verification code? That is, this code is valid for 10 minutes. So please make sure that you verify your email within 10 minutes of this email receipt. Because उसके बाद फिर आपको दोबारा एक कोड जनरेट करना पड़ेगा, फिर वो थोड़ा हासिल करना पड़ेगा आपको इस चीज के लिए. So make sure to complete this process in a one go. Okay, so after copying the verification code, you can come back to the screen and paste the verification code under the verification code tab that is shown, and you just have to click the verify button that is shown on the orange button. Okay. So after, I think this is the pretty basic and very easy thing that you guys can do. And after clicking on verify, you will get a message that it's you, your email address has been successfully verified. Okay. So after this, you have to set up a root user password. Basically, this is a password for your account that you will use to sign into your AWS account. It is similar like जैसे आप कहीं और साइन इन करते हो, आपको एक यूजर आईडी देना है और उसके साथ एक पासवर्ड देना है जिससे कि वो ऑथेंटिकेट होता है, उसके बाद आप उसको लॉग इन कर सकते हो कंसोल में. सो मेक श्योर आप थोड़ा इसको कॉम्प्लेक्स पासवर्ड दें ताकि सिक्योरिटी हमारी ब्रीच ना हो. Like many people are used to give basic passwords like admin@123. So these kind of passwords are very predictable. So I would suggest you all to give us something tricky password or a password that somebody cannot guess or hack. Like there are few best practices to choose a password, like include a uppercase character, include a lowercase character, include a number, include a special character. So that is completely up to your choice. What kind of password do you want to do? Like I prefer to give a complex password so that the password is secured with me. Okay, so after typing in the password on the two blank spaces that are shown on the screen, you have to click on continue. That is step 1 of 5. So first step would be to create a password for you. Okay, so after clicking on the continue, there will be some basic informations that the Amazon or the AWS people want from you. This is very basic information and your personal information. So let's see all the information that you have to type in one by one. So the first information that is displayed on the screen is they will try to ask you your use cases, like why do you want to use AWS? आप AWS क्यों use करना चाहते हो? तो अगर आप किसी कंपनी के लिए काम कर रहे हो तो it would be the first option, that is business. And अगर आप सीखने के लिए कर रहे हो, you want to experiment anything, then the option would be second, that is personal use. So this is very basic information that is asked by the AWS. Basically, they are trying to understand your use case, that why you are trying to create this account so that they can personalize your experience on AWS. Like these are Amazon is a very huge giant company, so they keep in mind about your experience on their product. So this is about that. Okay. So second would be to type in your full name. So please make sure to type in your full name, including your first name and your last name and middle name, if any. Then choose the country code that is written +1 because it is for the US, and you just have to click on the arrow that is shown on the right side of the +1. Then select India. That would show you +9. And then after, you just type in your contact number where you can verify your identity. So the on the screen, where do you see that 222-333-444? So there you have to just type in your contact number. Preferably keep it as your mobile number, not a landline number. So just select the country code and type in your mobile number for the verification. Right. So the next option would be the country or region. So I think it will be India for most of the people here. So just select from the drop down India as the region. Right. So next option is the the address option. Here you just have to give your complete address to the account so that your identity is secured with AWS. So please make sure to type in your complete address in this field. Then the next option comes in as the city. City is according to the location where you are located. So currently I'm located in Noida, so my city would be Noida. And next is the state, province, or region. So as I told that I am located in Noida, so my state would be Uttar Pradesh. So you can fill it according to your own city and state. Then the last is the postal code. So that will also be dependent on your location from where you are trying to create the account. Okay. So I hope the entries that are shown on the screen is pretty clear to you. After entering the details on the screen, you have to check mark the last option. That is, I have read the agreement to the terms of AWS consumer agreement. Just do a check mark on this button and then click on continue step 2 of 5. I missed one thing. Do you see the left hand side of the screen that is free tier offer? So the account that you are creating right now and all the services that we will go through will be free of cost for you. They will not be charged anything for your research or your testing or your learning phase. So as you can see, the 3 points on the left hand side of the screen that the your account will remain free for 12 months from the date of your sign. So the services that I'll be showing you in the upcoming slides would be free for you till 12 months. So there is like a 1 year time for you to do your R&D and to take your learning curve to the higher heights. And for that, AWS is providing you a complete 1 year free services. And as third point says that it starts from the activation date, that is the date from where you are creating the account that I've already told. So don't worry about the cost or any charges that can come up to you that are handled by the AWS automatically. Okay. So after clicking on continue setup 2 of 5 button, you will be asked about your billing information. So what AWS does is it takes your basic billing information in case that you want to extend your account beyond 12 months. That is 1 year of time. So this is a kind of a mandatory step that you have to do in order to create your account. So you have to give your card details, whether it is a credit card or a debit card. That is up to your choice. I would suggest if you have a credit card, then it is a plus point because in case of credit card, the your account gets activated instantly. But in terms of debit card, your account takes around 24 hours to get activated because AWS needs to verify your information in that case. So I would suggest you to choose a credit card if possible. Otherwise, no choose. Okay, so here you have to type in your card details. The first would be your card number, then your expiration date, then it will be the card holder number, then your CVV, and you can use the information that you entered on your previous screen, that is your billing post. Okay. After filling all these information, you can click on the verify continue step 3 of 5. I hope these entries would be very clear to you because these are very personal entries and basic entries that you have to fill out. Okay. As I told you that the AWS guys would like to confirm your identity. They वो ये चीज देखना चाहते हैं कि आप real हो या फिर एक bot हो. So they try to verify your identity through the mobile number that you have entered on the previous screen. So here also you just have to select the country, then the mobile number, and on the top you can select anything that is the text message or a voice call. So आप अपने choice के हिसाब से उसको use कर सकते हो. After confirming this, आपके पास एक वेरिफिकेशन कोड आएगा फिर से आपके मोबाइल पे जो आपने भी पीछे स्क्रीन पे दिया है. तो जस्ट एंटर दैट वेरिफिकेशन कोड अगेन ऑन द स्क्रीन as you did before to confirm your email address. Here again, the AWS people will try to ask you your use case and your ownership. Basically, what you are you an individual? So I think in our case, sorry, in your case, you will be an individual. So you can select as individual, and the first option can be the personal use, as shown on the screen. Okay, so this is a bit important thing that I would like to explain further. That is the support plan. So AWS basically provides us three kind of supports that are visible on the screen. That is the basic support, developer support, business support. So अगर आप एक organization हो तो obviously आप एक basic support या free support के साथ नहीं चल सकते. आपको developer support या फिर business support की जरूरत होगी. लेकिन as हम we are trying to learn AWS, हम थोड़ा experiment करना चाहते हैं तो हम इसको basic support रखेंगे because it is free. So make sure to select the basic support free for your learning phase. After that, just click on the complete sign up process. Okay, so till here your account is ready, your billing information is set up, and everything is good to go for you. Since if you are given a credit card, so after clicking on the go to AWS Management Console, you will be able to log in into the AWS console. Otherwise, if it is a debit card, then there is a high chances that your account might take 24 hours for the confirmation and for the activation. So don't worry in that case. In 24 hours, you will be able to use AWS in case of debit cards. Right. So after clicking on the go to AWS Management Console, you will be presented with the screen that is currently shown on the screen. Okay. So now let's start with the practical thing because it's been so long that I've been just speaking and the things are going in a theoretical way. So let's start with some practical and okay. So as I showed you on the screen, so you will be presented on your AWS console. These are all the services or all the things basically provided by the AWS. तो ये सारी services हैं जो AWS हमको provide करता है. So when we see on this screen, आपको ऊपर इनकी categories दिखेंगी कि अगर compute है तो उसके अंदर आपके पास ये सारी services हैं. अगर containers हैं तो उसके साथ आपकी ये सारी services हैं. If it is a storage, for storage, what all options AWS provides us. If it is a database, so in database, what all services we have. If it is a migration or some transfer job, then these services are there. For networking, we have these many services. For developer tools, we have these services. So basically, once you are logged in into your AWS account, you just have to click on all services. And from all services, you can click on all services and you will be presented on this screen. And you can just give it a read. आप इनको पढ़ सकते हो कि कौन कौन सी सर्विसेज हैं, क्या क्या कैटेगरीज बेसिकली AWS प्रोवाइड करता है. Like I explained in the first screen that machine learning provide करता है. तो for machine learning, these all services AWS provides. So like you can go and explore as much as you can. Okay. So in our workshop, we will be covering the compute topic. We will be covering the storage. We will be covering databases and networking because these are the basic and the core services that we need to learn in order to get started. Okay. So this is how your console will look like. Okay. So let's start with the EC2. So EC2, as I explained, that it is a compute power. Compute power क्या होता है? That is a system basically, or server, or anything on which you can host your code. आप अपना कोड उसके ऊपर डाल सकते हो, आप अपनी एप्लीकेशन उसके ऊपर होस्ट कर सकते हो. तो that is the EC2. I will be referring EC2 as instance going forward. मैं EC2 को instance बुलाऊंगा आगे के पूरे सेशन में, because मार्केट स्टैंडर्ड्स कभी भी EC2 नहीं बोलता. मार्केट स्टैंडर्ड्स हमेशा इसको एज अ इंस्टेंस डिनोट करता है. तो अगर मैं इंस्टेंस बोलता हूं तो आप प्लीज उसको रिलेट कीजिएगा EC2 से. दैट इंस्टेंस इज इक्वल टू EC2. ओके. So as you can see that EC2 provides us a secure and a reliable, resizable compute power on the internet. And there are different instance types on AWS that we will be covering on it. So I have given a very basic idea about what the instance is, basically EC2. So let's get started. Okay. So now, since I have explained you the basic information about what an instance is, so now we will learn how to launch an instance. Theoretical point of view से तो ठीक है, आप लोग को आई थिंक समझ आ गया होगा कि इंस्टेंस क्या होता है. इंस्टेंस जस्ट अ सर्वर और अ सिस्टम यू कैन से. तो अब देखते हैं कि उसके ऊपर एक्चुअली काम कैसे करते हैं. So now I'll move to my console, and in the console, when you will see the under the compute category, it is the EC2. So I'll just click on the EC2 service. All right. So after clicking on the EC2 service, आपको ये screen दिखेगी. Here there are a lot of information that is visible on the screen, but don't panic right now. I'll walk you through all the information that is there. So don't worry, you'll get all the things gradually and slowly. Okay, so this is the basic things or the basic options that we have on the instance console. So अगर आप इसको क्लिक करोगे तो आपको वो सारी मशीन्स दिख सकते हैं या वो सारी इंस्टेंसेस दिख सकती हैं जो अभी रनिंग फेज में. ऐसे ही इलास्टिक आईपीज होती हैं, हम कवर करेंगे इसको आगे. लोड बैलेंसर्स होते हैं, इसको भी हम कवर करेंगे आगे. स्नैपशॉट्स, ऑटो स्केलिंग ग्रुप्स, इंस्टेंसेस, प्लेसमेंट ग्रुप्स, वॉल्यूम्स, डेडिकेटेड, की पेयर, सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप. सो डोंट वरी, हम इनको एक एक करके वील कवर इट इन दी अपकमिंग सेशन. सो आप यहाँ पे बेसिकली इन ऑप्शंस को क्लिक कर सकते हो, और जो चीज उससे रिलेटेड है, अगर मेरे पास अभी करंटली कोई मशीन यहाँ पे रनिंग फेज में नहीं है, अगर मेरे पास कोई मशीन रनिंग फेज में होती तो आपको यहाँ पर रनिंग फेज की वो मशीन दिख जाती. अभी जैसे I'll be creating a machine going forward, so आपको मैं वो चीज अभी यहाँ पर दिखाऊंगा. और तो हम वापस इसी स्क्रीन पे आ गए. Right. So I have just explained you all the options that we have on the screen. That is to see running instances, to see all the instances, or to see the key pair or anything that is written on the screen. Okay. So on basically this is known as the EC2 dashboard that is written on the left hand side. Okay. So now I'll explain the core components of this EC2 dashboard जो आपको start करने के लिए helpful रहेंगे. Okay. So okay, so let's start with an instance. Instance, as I explained, it is EC2. EC2, तो आपको यहाँ पर जैसे कि इंस्टेंस दिख रहा है, इंस्टेंसेस ऑप्शन, तो अगर आप इस ऑप्शन पे क्लिक करोगे तो आपके पास जितने इंस्टेंसेस आपके अकाउंट में होंगे वो सारे विजिबल हो जाएंगे. अभी मैंने कोई इंस्टेंस अपने अकाउंट में ऑन नहीं किया हुआ है, इसलिए आपको नो इंस्टेंसेस दिख रहा है. जैसे मैं आगे कोई इंस्टेंस लॉन्च करूंगा तो मैं आपको ये ऑप्शंस दिखाऊंगा, तो आपको बेटर समझ आएगी वो चीज. ऑलराइट. तो इंस्टेंसेस इस चीज के लिए होता है. की पेयर. सो की पेयर एक सिक्योरिटी क्रेडेंशियल है. सिक्योरिटी क्रेडेंशियल वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड इट एज, आप लोग आई थिंक फेसबुक यूज करते हो सर, तो आप फेसबुक में लॉग इन करने के लिए क्या करते हो, आप एक यूजर नेम देते हो अपना, मतलब यूजर आईडी देते हो, उसके बाद अपना पासवर्ड देते हो। तो फेसबुक एप्लीकेशन क्या करती है, आपका जो पासवर्ड आपने दिया है उसको आपके यूजर नेम के अगेंस्ट ऑथेंटिकेट करती है कि ये इज इट अ सिक्योर पर्सन दैट इज ट्राइंग टू एक्सेस द अकाउंट और नॉट। ओके, सो इसी तरह से जो हमारे सर्वर्स क्रिएटेड होते हैं, बेसिकली जो इंस्टेंसेस क्रिएट होती हैं, उस उनको भी लॉग इन करने के लिए हमको कुछ ऑथेंटिकेशन इन प्लेस चाहिए होती है। तो वो ऑथेंटिकेशन हमको की पेयर्स प्रोवाइड करता है। तो की पेयर को आप ऐसे रिलेट कर सकते हो कि की पेयर इज नथिंग जस्ट अ पासवर्ड फॉर योर कंप्यूटर रिसोर्सेस। आपको EC2 इंस्टेंस के अंदर लॉग इन करने के लिए आपको की पेयर चाहिए, दैट इज अ पासवर्ड। ठीक है, डिटेल में इसका आगे हम कवर करेंगे, बट अभी आप इसको सिर्फ ऐसे समझो कि की पेयर कुछ नहीं है, बस एक पासवर्ड है किसी भी इंस्टेंस के अंदर लॉग इन करने के लिए, बेसिकली अपने अकाउंट के अंदर लॉग इन करने के लिए जो भी चीज है। तो की पेयर हो गया हमारा पासवर्ड। अभी हमको कंसोल पे दिखता कहाँ से है, सेम हम EC2 डैशबोर्ड पे है, यहाँ पे हमारे पास की पेयर्स का ऑप्शन है। जब आप की पेयर्स पे क्लिक करोगे तो आपको इस तरीके से की पेयर्स दिखेंगी। अभी मैंने काफी सारी की पेयर्स बना रखे हैं, तो हमारे पास इन सब की इंफॉर्मेशन, जैसे ATH सार्थक, ये मेरी अपनी की बनाई हुई है मैंने, बेसिकली ये पासवर्ड है जो हम यूज करेंगे। और इसी तरह से डिफरेंट कीज है हमारे अकाउंट, तो हम यहाँ से देख सकते हैं उसको अपने, वी कैन सी दैट फ्रॉम दिस ऑप्शन। ओके, सो सॉरी, सो थर्ड ऑप्शन इज दी वॉल्यूम्स। वॉल्यूम्स बेसिकली क्या है कि जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि एवरी कंप्यूटर सिस्टम दैट यू आर यूजिंग हैज अ हार्ड डिस्क वेयर द डेटा इज स्टोर्ड। सो बेसिकली वॉल्यूम इज योर हार्ड डिस्क। Like I'm trying to relate the cloud options with your real life example. So volumes, you can understand it as a hard disk for your system. तो वॉल्यूम कुछ नहीं है, बस एक हार्ड डिस्क है आपके सिस्टम में लगी हुई। तो अब हार्ड डिस्क भी डिफरेंट तरीके की होती हैं, जैसे इनिशियली वी हैड HDD, एंड नाउ करेंटली इन द मार्केट देयर आर रनिंग एज SSD, और डिफरेंट और हैं जैसे NVMe. So there are different kind of volumes or the hard disk that are available in the market. So same concept हमारा क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म्स के होता है। क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म्स भी हमको डिफरेंट तरीके की वॉल्यूम्स देता है, हार्ड डिस्क देता है, SSD देता है, NVMe देता है। तो सेम कॉन्सेप्ट, जो हम फिजिकल कंप्यूटर खरीद रहे हैं और फिजिकल कंप्यूटर के अंदर जो हार्ड डिस्क लगी हुई है, वही सेम चीज हम क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे भी ले सकते हैं अंडर वॉल्यूम ऑप्शन। एंड अगेन इसको अगर रिलेट करें तो वॉल्यूम्स का हमारे पास ऑप्शन होता है, जैसे सी हियर वी हैव वॉल्यूम्स, इफ यू क्लिक ऑन इट तो जो भी आपके पास वॉल्यूम्स आपके अकाउंट में होंगी वो यहाँ पर विजिबल हो जाएंगी, सेम एज दी कीपैड। सो करंटली मेरे पास कोई वॉल्यूम नहीं है, मैं आपको जब इंस्टेंस बनाऊंगा तो आपको इस चीज के बारे में थोड़ा आइडिया रहेगा। ओके, एंड guys, do type in your questions in your chat if you have any doubt, or am I going too fast? Okay, so fourth thing that the core concept is the security group. Okay, so security group basically, if I give you a real life example about security group is the आप लोगों का घर है, if you have a home, okay, and you are going outside your home, then you generally put a lock on your main gate, right? आप एक ताला लगा के जाते हो, आप कहीं भी जाते हो। तो नाउ, अब सिंस आपका घर लॉक्ड है, योर होम इज लॉक्ड, the only way to access your home would be to open that lock and open your gate, correct? आप अपने घर के अंदर एंटर कर सकते हो लॉक को खोल के, और उस गेट को खोल के तभी आप उस घर के अंदर एंटर कर सकते हो, राइट? तो ये जो मैकेनिज्म है, दिस इज अ रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल ऑफ अ सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप। ये आप एक सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप समझ सकते हो। तो अब टेक्निकल टर्म्स में इसका क्या मतलब होता है, जैसे हमने एक इंस्टेंस बनाया, हमने एक EC2 मशीन बनाई, वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ EC2 मशीन, तो उसके ऊपर हम एक सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप लगाते हैं। सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में पोर्ट नंबर होता है, पोर्ट नंबर जैसे कि 80 443 3306, तो बेसिकली क्या होता है कि जो बाहर से जो ट्रैफिक आ रहा है, बेसिकली बाहर से जो आप आ रहे हो वापस अपने घर में, तो आपको जो लॉक है, लॉक खोलना पड़ेगा। तो हम वो उस चीज को कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं, हम एक पर्टिकुलर पोर्ट पे डिफाइन करते हैं, कि जैसे कि 80 पोर्ट डिफाइन कर दिया। तो इस केस के अंदर क्या होता है कि व्हेन अ ट्रैफिक इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड, इट विल बी एंटरिंग योर इंस्टेंस थ्रू दैट 80 पोर्ट ओनली, बेसिकली उस लॉक के थ्रू ही जाएगा। तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप एज दिस मैकेनिज्म, कि it is only allowed through the main gate of your house. So that main gate is a port number basically that is given to an instance. Same अगर इसका हम we will see the console. So there is a security group option, and I can show you the security groups that we have seen. I have this many security groups in my account right now, and if I explain you one of the security group that we have is this, and outbound. No, this will be a bad option for you. See, ओके, सो आप जब सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप ओपन करोगे तो आपको ऐसे ऐसे ऑप्शंस दिखेंगे, लाइक देयर आर इनबाउंड, आउटबाउंड रूल्स। सो नेम ओनली सजेस्ट कि ये किस चीज के लिए यूज होता है। इनबाउंड मतलब अंदर आने वाला ट्रैफिक, जो आपके इंस्टेंस को या EC2 को ट्रैफिक रीच करेगा, दैट इज इनबाउंड। आउटबाउंड इज जो ट्रैफिक आपके EC2 इंस्टेंस से बाहर जाए, दैट इज आउटबाउंड। तो इनके नेमिंग कन्वेंशन ही काफी, मतलब दे आर प्रीटी क्लियर दैट व्हाट दे आर यूज्ड फॉर। सो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं इनबाउंड रूल में गया हूं, तो इनबाउंड रूल में आप ये पोर्ट नंबर देख सकते हो, 422 3306 80 443 3000 3000। सो बेसिकली दीज आर लॉक्स, जो दैट आई एक्सप्लेन्ड यू इन अ रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल। सो बेसिकली जो भी इंटरनेट ट्रैफिक है या इंटरनेट की जो भी रिक्वेस्ट है, वो आपकी इंस्टेंस पे आएगी 22 पोर्ट पे। तो अगर 22 पोर्ट मैंने ओपन किया हुआ है, तभी वो ट्रैफिक आपके इंस्टेंस को रीच कर पाएगा, राइट। सो बेसिकली ये एक लॉक होता है कि आपका जो ट्रैफिक है वो सिर्फ इसी के थ्रू पास करेगा आपके इंस्टेंस से। और ये सिंस इनबाउंड है, तो दैट मीन्स कि इनकमिंग ट्रैफिक ऑन पोर्ट नंबर 22 विल बी अलाउड टू योर इंस्टेंस, राइट। सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इज फॉर द आउटबाउंड रूल्स। आउटबाउंड रूल्स क्या है, जो कि ट्रैफिक आपके इंस्टेंस से बाहर जा रहा है। अब यहाँ पे सिंस इट इज रिटन एज ऑल, तो जो भी ट्रैफिक आपका इंस्टेंस बाहर आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड भेजना चाहता है, वो सारा कुछ अलाउड है इसके। तो आप इसको मैनेज कर सकते हो एडिट करके आप ऐड रूल करके यहाँ पे कोई पर्टिकुलर पोर्ट भी दे सकते हो। फॉर एग्जांपल 443, आप इसको सेव करिए और इसको ऐड कर दीजिए। सो व्हाट दिस विल डू इज, जो आपका आउट ट्रैफिक है, जो आपका ट्रैफिक इज गोइंग आउटसाइड द EC2 इंस्टेंस, विल गो थ्रू 443 ओनली। सो दिस इज द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप। ऑलराइट, so these are the four basic and very core things that are required to start a EC2 instance, or these to start a machine on AWS. So I hope instance is clear with you guys. Key pair is a password, volume is a hard disk, and security group is the security part of an instance. All right, let's move forward. And guys, if you have any question or any doubt, just ping on the chat, and the team will respond to you for that. All right. Okay, so let's start with launching our first instance. So from here, the workshop will be completely practical. I'll show you the exact way how to launch an instance, या आपको एक instance कैसे start करनी है AWS account के ऊपर, right? So again, we will go to the EC2 dashboard, and as shown on the screen, we will click on the launch instance button that is highlighted. All right, let's do it. I'm going to the EC2 dashboard by clicking on the button here. Then again, as shown on the slide, we have a launch instance option. So I will click on this option. I'll select launch an instance. All right. Okay, after clicking on that button, we will receive this screen. So let's see what we have to do on the screen. All right. So on the first screen, we can see that we have to give a name to an instance. So basically, without a name, कुछ भी आप नई चीज start करोगे, आपको basically उसका एक कुछ नाम देना पड़ेगा. For example, यहाँ पर example में हमने WordPress दिया हुआ है, but you can give any name that you like. You can give Sarthak or you can give your own name, whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, this is just a name of the instance. Okay. And then on the second highlighted part, you have to choose the OS of your system. As I told you that the EC2 instance can be of any type, like it can be Windows, it can be Linux, it can be Mac OS, it can be anything. Okay. So यहाँ पर आपको आके अपना OS select करना है. I'll show you practically. Right. So this is the first option. As I told you, name. Let's take it as XYZ. Basically, to explain you, like you can give any name just to show. Otherwise, I prefer to give my own name in the instance. But let's go with the XYZ. Okay. So now we have to choose the operating system. Basically, आपका machine जो है वो किस तरीके का होगा. अब now how to choose this operating system would be dependent on your use case. इसको थोड़ा डीप समझते हैं कि अगर आपका यूज केस है कि आपको कोई PHP एप्लीकेशन चलानी है, कोई पाइथन एप्लीकेशन चलानी है, तो आपको लिनक्स बेस्ड सिस्टम होगा तो आपको ज्यादा अच्छा सपोर्ट मिलेगा. अगर आपका कोई C# से रिलेटेड प्रोजेक्ट है तो आपको विंडोज मशीन चूज करनी चाहिए क्योंकि उसका थोड़ा ज्यादा आपको हेल्प मिलेगी उसके अंदर. और आपका अगर ब्रू रिलेटेड चीजें हैं तो आपको मैक ओएस भी आप चूज कर सकते हो. दैट इज कंप्लीटली अप टू योर चॉइस. ऑलराइट. और if you want to explore more options, then you just have to click on the browse more AMI, and here you can get different operating systems for your instance. So basically यहाँ पर क्या होता है, जैसे कि आप किसी कंपनी के लिए काम कर रहे हो और उस कंपनी ने आपको बोला कि यार मेरे को एक विंडोज मशीन बना के दो, तो और आपको जो प्रीवियस स्क्रीन थी, यहाँ पर प्रीवियस स्क्रीन में हमको यहाँ पे विंडोज विजिबल है, बट आपको बाई चांस हो सकता है कि वहां पे विंडोज विजिबल ना हो. मे बी दैट विंडोज इज नॉट विजिबल फ्रॉम हियर, लाइक फ्रॉम दिस स्क्रीन इट इज वेरी क्लियर दैट यू हैव टू चूज विंडोज. बट अगर विंडोज नहीं क्लियर होती है तो आपको सिर्फ ब्राउज मोर AMIs पे जाना है. यहाँ पर जाके आप अपना सर्च कर सकते हो इसको. जैसे ये है, यहाँ पर हम जाके विंडोज एंटर. सी नाउ सिंस आई हैव सर्च्ड विंडोज, सो विंडोज से रिलेटेड जितने तरीके की हमारे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स है, दे आर विजिबल ऑन माय स्क्रीन. सो जस्ट सिलेक्ट दी वर्जन एज पर योर रिक्वायरमेंट. जो आपको रिक्वायर्ड है वो आप वर्जन यहाँ पे चूज कर सकते हो. सिंस वी आर इन लर्निंग फेज, सो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप जो भी इंस्टेंस यूज कर रहे हो फ्री टियर एलिजिबल होना चाहिए. मेक श्योर योर इंस्टेंस दैट यू आर चूजिंग शुड बी फ्री टियर एलिजिबल, बिकॉज यही है जो आपको कॉस्ट नहीं करेंगे. दे वोंट कॉस्ट यू एनीथिंग. ओके, सो दिस डिपेंड्स ऑन योर यूज केस. बेसिकली आप क्या बनाना चाहते हैं. ऑलराइट. सो लेट्स गो विद द डिफॉल्ट ऑप्शन राइट नाउ, दैट इज द Amazon Linux. So basically ये Linux बेस्ड सिस्टम बनेगा हमारा. राइट, ये मैंने सेलेक्ट कर लिया है और यहाँ पर उसकी डिटेल्स आ गई हैं कि मैंने क्या चीज सेलेक्ट की है. सिमिलरली अगर मैंने उबंटू सेलेक्ट किया होता तो यहाँ पर उबंटू की रिलेटेड इंफॉर्मेशन होगी. बेसिकली आप वॉट एवर OS you will choose, you will get the information. All right. So let's start with the Amazon Linux. Architecture will be, you can choose any architecture. Let's keep it 64-bit. I think you are aware about 64-bit and 32-bit. Like these are very basic things that you can see. All right. So now the next option is instance type. Instance type is a bit important part of launching an instance. So we will see this part in a little depth. So I've explained you the name, I have explained you the OS type that you can choose, or anything that you can choose. Now we will go to the instance type. So basically, instance type is an important concept. So I'll request you all to just pay more attention to this topic. All right. So instance type is the different kind of instances that you can launch on AWS. आप different तरीके की instances बना सकते हो AWS के ऊपर. That will be dependent on your, again, it will be dependent on your use case. आप किस तरीके का काम करना चाह रहे हो, right? So some of the examples are shown on your screen right now, like general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, accelerated computing, burstable performance, dedicated instances. Okay, so these are the different type of instances that are available for you. Okay, so आपको अपने use case के हिसाब से ये instance types choose करनी है. So as the name suggests, हम इनको एक एक बार थोड़ा देखते हैं कि कौन सी मशीन कहाँ पर यूज कर सकते हैं. All right. So the first option we have is the general purpose. In the general purpose, as the name suggests, ये normal workload के लिए यूज होती है. अगर आपको नॉर्मल अपनी टेस्टिंग करनी है, आपको कुछ एप्लीकेशन होस्ट करके टेस्ट करना है, या आपको सिर्फ प्ले अराउंड करना है, तो जनरल पर्पस आपके लिए सूटेबल है, बिकॉज इनकी परफॉर्मेंस, इनका नेटवर्किंग, इनका स्टोरेज सब एक बैलेंस्ड फॉर्म में होता है और एक कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव होती है, बिकॉज दे आर जनरली यूज्ड मशीन्स. सेकेंड इज द कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड आपको थोड़ा नाम से ही थोड़ा समझ आ रहा होगा कि ये चीज क्या करती है. सो सिंस इट इज रिटन एज कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड, तो लॉजिकली ये जो हमारी प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट्स होती हैं वो काफी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड होती हैं. करेक्ट. तो अगर हमको, जैसे कि आप एग्जांपल ले लीजिए कि जैसे कोई स्टार्टअप की वेबसाइट है. ओके, जैसे कोई स्टार्टअप है हमारा xyz.com. तो अब सिंस इट इज अ स्टार्टअप, तो उसको लोग ज्यादा एक्सेस नहीं कर रहे होंगे. करेक्ट. एंड देयर इज अ कंपनी, लेट्स से फ्लिपकार्ट और facebook.com. तो obviously the number of people who are accessing that website would be higher for Flipkart or facebook.com rather than xyz.com, right? So compute optimized क्या करता है, जहाँ पे हाई परफॉर्मेंस चाहिए होती है हमको कस्टमर्स के लिए, वी चूज कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड इंस्टेंसेस. आपको थोड़ा डिफरेंस इसके अंदर देखना पड़ेगा कि नॉर्मल ट्रैफिक है आपकी वेबसाइट पे तो आप जनरल पर्पस भी ले सकते हो. अगर आपको हाई परफॉर्मेंस चाहिए तो आप कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड ले सकते हो. देन थर्ड ऑप्शन है हमारे पास मेमोरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. सो मेमोरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड, सेम एज द नेम सजेस्ट, इनकी मेमोरी काफी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड होती है मशीन की. Memory optimized is used where we have to perform task on a very huge data. Like अगर कोई बिग डेटा से रिलेटेड हमको कोई टास्क करना है, या हमको बहुत ज्यादा डेटा एनालिटिक्स करना है, सो हम थोड़ा मेमोरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड मशीन को प्रेफर करते हैं. वी प्रेफर मेमोरी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड वेयर वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू टास्क ऑन अ वेरी ह्यूज डेटा सेट. बेसिकली ज्यादा डेटा के ऊपर काम करना, तो काफी ऑप्टिमाइज्ड होती है. सेम थर्ड, स्टोरेज ऑप्टिमाइज, सेम एज द नेम सजेस्ट, जहां पे हमको स्टोरेज काफी अच्छा चाहिए होता है. बेसिकली स्टोरेज में जैसे अगर कोई हमारा डेटा पड़ा होता है तो आप उसको एक्सेस कैसे कर सकते हो, रीड और राइट एक्सेस से. करेक्ट. रीड मतलब स्टोरेज से जो डेटा आप रीड कर रहे हो, राइट मतलब स्टोरेज के ऊपर जो आप डेटा डाल रहे हो. Right. Write means that you are adding a data to the storage. Read means you are reading a data that is already stored in your storage. Okay. So storage optimized machines are very efficient in this read write operations. So आपका जो भी डेटा आपके वॉल्यूम्स के अंदर, बेसिकली आपके हार्ड डिस्क के अंदर सेटअप होता है, so these machines can read those that data or write that data in a very efficient way. तो अगर आपका यूज केस ऐसा है कि आपको बहुत ज्यादा रीड राइट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन चाहिए, तो यू कैन गो विद द स्टोरेज ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. Same is the accelerated computing. Now, accelerated computing is a very high performance computing instances, like supercomputers basically, right? So, आपका बहुत बड़ा कोई setup है, then you can go with the accelerated computing because they are basically very high performance computers or the systems. Burstable performance is something that they are very cost optimized, बहुत less cost करते हैं, और they are good in performance. Basically, they can increase their performance अगर requirement होती है. Then dedicated instances are the instances की जैसे now from top till the second last option, जितनी भी instances हैं, they are shared instances. That means the hardware for these instances would be shared. इसको ऐसे समझते हैं कि जैसे आपने कोई इंस्टेंस लॉन्च किया, तो जो Amazon का सेंटर है जहां पे आपकी इंस्टेंस स्टार्ट हुई है, तो उसी हार्डवेयर पे कोई और भी बंदा आके इंस्टेंस चला सकता है. करेक्ट. तो आपका जो हार्डवेयर होता है वो शेयर्ड होता है बाकी सारे ऑप्शंस के अंदर. जो लास्ट ऑप्शन होता है उसके अंदर आपका हार्डवेयर डेडिकेटेड होता है, मतलब वो सिर्फ आपको ही एलोकेटेड है. तो सिंस इनमें डिफरेंस है, तो डेडिकेटेड इज वेरी हाई प्राइस्ड इंस्टेंसेस. So again, अगर आपका use case is like no, we need a dedicated instances, then you can go with the dedicated instances. And I'll request you all to just give it a read about these instances on Amazon on AWS website. Like just go to the Google and search the different instance types and just read about these instances. So you can relate better to the explanation that I have just given. Like you will have an overview and you can explore more according to your choice. Okay. So now I'll show you the practical choice of this. Right. So instance type. So again, you can click on the drop down here. See, you can have many type of instances available. See, there are n number of instances that are available. And the information about the instances given here itself on the screen. Like if currently I have chosen T2 micro. So what this T2 micro is? Firstly, it is belonging to the family T2. Okay. So when if we go back to our slides, so that is a general purpose instance, as I told you, like T3, T4, T2, any instances that is related to T is the general purpose. C is the compute optimized, R is the memory optimized, I, D is the storage optimized, P is the accelerated computing, burst table. These are the burst table instances, T2, T4, T4G. And dedicated is M5, MR5. So these are basically the naming conventions, nothing more. Okay. So the configuration of the machine is written where you will be selecting the machine. So अगर इसकी हम configuration देखें तो इसके पास एक virtual CPU है, इसके पास 1 GB मेमोरी है. तो मतलब ये जो हमारा सिस्टम बेसिकली चलेगा, उसके पास उसके अंदर 1 GB मेमोरी होगी और एक उसके पास CPU होगा. ओके. और इसकी प्राइजेस ये हैं कि अगर आप विंडोज चलाते हो तो उसकी प्राइस ये आएगी. SUSE भी एक लिनक्स का ही डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, वो चलाओगे तो ये प्राइस आएगी. रेड हैट चलाओगे तो ये प्राइस आएगी, लिनक्स चलाओगे तो ये प्राइस आएगी. ऐसे आप जो भी इंस्टेंसेस यू आर लुकिंग ऑन द स्क्रीन, सो ऑल द इंस्टेंसेस हैव डिफरेंट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. फॉर एग्जांपल ये C5 4x लार्ज है, तो C5 अगर हम रिलेट करें अपने इससे, तो C हमारा कहाँ आ रहा है? कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. ओके. सो कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. सो ओके. ऑलराइट. सो C5 हमारा क्या है? कंप्यूट ऑप्टिमाइज्ड इंस्टेंस है. और इसकी क्या कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है? ये अगर हम ये इंस्टेंस चूज करते हैं तो हमारे पास 2 वर्चुअल सीपीयूज होंगे और उस सिस्टम की मेमोरी होगी 4 GB और उसकी प्राइसिंग ये है. यहाँ पर you have to pay attention that you have to select the free tier eligible because this is free of cost for you to practice. That is T2 micro right now. Okay, so just select T2 micro in your case. Please make sure of this so that you avoid any cost और आपको कोई basically पैसे ना pay करने पड़े उसमें. तो it is a free tier eligible. So select T2 micro. And let's move to the next option. I hope the instance type is clear and how you have to select the instance type. Next option is the key pair. Right. So as I told you, key pair is nothing but a password for your instance. Okay. So now let's see how to create a key pair. Key pair, although I have many key pairs that I have shown you earlier in my account, but I'll be going on creating a new key pair. Okay, so click on this create new key pair. Again, you have to give a name. So let's give it as AWS workshop. Right, I have given a name. I will be okay. You have to select the RSA, that is for sure. just select the RSA, and there are two type of keys that we can do. Okay, so PEM files or PPK files. You can choose any of the option that you want. When we will जब हम इस पासवर्ड के थ्रू इंस्टेंस को कनेक्ट करेंगे तो मैं आपको दोनों चीज का डिफरेंस बता दूंगा. Okay, so we will go with the PEM first because PEM contains PPK also. Okay, अगर आपको ये चीज अभी नहीं समझ आई है तो आप इसको बस नोट कर लीजिए अपने पास कि .pem फाइल से we can create .ppk also, but from ppk we cannot create a pem, so we will go with .pem file. Okay, just select .pem file and click on create key pair. इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन मैं आपको आगे दूंगा कि PEM और PPK क्या होता है. तो करंटली हम सिर्फ PEM यूज कर रहे हैं. सो आफ्टर क्लिकिंग ऑन क्रिएट ये आपको एक PEM फाइल डाउनलोड हो जाएगी ऑन द स्क्रीन दैट इज विजिबल. ओके, इसका यूज वी विल लर्न इन दी लैब. ठीक है, तो ये की पेयर बेसिकली हमारे पासवर्ड डाउनलोड हो गया जो हमको इंस्टेंस के साथ कनेक्ट करने के लिए हेल्प करेगा. ऑलराइट, अगेन ये वही स्क्रीन है जो मैंने अभी आपको दिखाया है. वी हैव टू चूज द फॉर्मेट दैट इज विल बी RSA. वी कैन चूज PPK, बट आई हैव शोन यू द PEM फाइल. वो मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. वी हैव टू गिव अ नेम एंड just move ahead with. See, if you are on Mac or Linux computer, choose .pem file. Since मैंने, अगर आपको याद होगा, मैंने अभी जस्ट 2 मिनट पहले अपना OS सिलेक्ट किया है लिनक्स, तो दैट इज वाई मैंने PEM फाइल यूज की है. अगर मैं विंडोज यूज करूंगा तो मैं PPK यूज करूंगा. आप इसको नोट कर सकते हैं कहीं पे कि अगर आपका OS विंडोज है तो आपको .ppk यूज करनी है, अगर आपका मैक या लिनक्स है तो आपको .pem फाइल यूज करनी है. ओके, इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन अभी आपको आगे मिल जाएगा जब मैं व्हेन आई ट्राई टू कनेक्ट विद द इंस्टेंस. ओके, सो अगेन आफ्टर क्लिकिंग द की पेयर आपकी की पेयर डाउनलोड हो जाएगी दैट आई जस्ट शोड यू. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द फर्दर टॉपिक दैट इज द सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप. ऑलराइट, so again security group that I told you. And guys, just if you have any doubts, like do make sure to enter that in your in the chat section. I'll try to take the Q&A at the last of the session, and if you have any urgent doubt, then my team can help you with your instantaneous doubts. All right, so let's move to the networking settings. So networking, आप समझोगी अगर कोई आपके पास कंप्यूटर है, आपका अपना पर्सनल लैपटॉप है, अगर आप उसको इंटरनेट के साथ कनेक्ट नहीं करोगे तो आप उस कंप्यूटर पे कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. बेसिकली आप उसके ऊपर ना फेसबुक एक्सेस कर पाओगे, ना आप उसके ऊपर इंस्टाग्राम एक्सेस कर पाओगे, ना आप उसके ऊपर फ्लिपकार्ट एक्सेस कर पाओगे, कुछ नहीं एक्सेस कर पाओगे. तो बेसिकली व्हाट इज दैट, ये चीज क्या है? दिस इज कनेक्टिंग अ सिस्टम टू अ इंटरनेट और अ नेटवर्क. करेक्ट, विदाउट नेटवर्क आपका इंस्टेंस इज यूजलेस. Alright, so यहाँ पर हम we are connecting our instance to a network. Again, we can create a new security group. As I told you, I explained you earlier that basically these are the logs for your instance कि आपका instance में traffic जो है कहाँ से आ सकता है, कहाँ नहीं जा सकता, क्या है क्या नहीं. तो this is something that we can do. Alright. So since I have many security groups that are already existing, I can select this option also. When I select this option, and there will be a drop down, and see, I can see all the security groups that are available on my account that I showed you earlier, right? So here I have the list, and I can select any of the option that I want. So let's go with creating a new security group for this session. All right. So create a security group. Okay, and now make sure to select the SSH traffic. So when we are creating a Linux based machine, तो हमको SSH करना होता है. Basically SSH is accessing that instance, मतलब password provide करके उस instance को access करना, उसको SSH बोलता है. Correct? तो SSH को select करना है. We have to select the SSH in order to connect to the instance. And we can move further also. Now it is the configuration, configure storage. Storage, as I explained you, it is a volume, and volume is nothing, just a hard disk for your computer, basically. So now here we can configure our storage. So it will have 8 GB by default, and you can increase this storage up to 30 GBs if you want to stay in free tier. This is a very clear message that is displayed on the system. Like you can just select it and do it as 30, or you can do it as 20, or you can do it as 15. So basically what will happen is ये 15 GB की आपको हार्ड डिस्क अटैच हो जाएगी आपके सिस्टम के साथ, आपके कंप्यूटर के साथ, राइट? तो अभी हम इसको बाय डिफॉल्ट ये 8 लेता है, तो अभी हम इसको डिफॉल्ट ही छोड़ देते हैं। उसके बाद फिर ये है उसकी टाइप। जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया था कि करंटली भी मार्केट में अगर हम कोई फिजिकल कंप्यूटर, इफ यू परचेज अ फिजिकल कंप्यूटर, सो देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वॉल्यूम। HDD है, SSD है, NVMe है। तो सेम कॉन्सेप्ट हमारा क्लाउड प्रोवाइडर यूज करते हैं कि SSD है, HDD है, हार्ड डिस्क है, मैग्नेटिक है। तो आप इसके बारे में थोड़ा और रीड कर सकते हो। तो हम जनरल पर्पस के साथ SSD के साथ जाएंगे आगे। एंड ओके, सो अब हमने अपने सिस्टम के साथ हार्ड डिस्क अटैच कर दी है, अपने सिस्टम को इंटरनेट के साथ अटैच कर दिया है, अपने सिस्टम के लिए पासवर्ड दे दिया है, हमने अपने सिस्टम की कॉन्फ़िगरेशन चूज कर ली है कि व्हाट इज द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, एंड हमने अपने सिस्टम का OS चूज कर लिया कि व्हाट इज द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ऑफ आवर सिस्टम। सो लाइक आप इसको ऐसे सोचो कि अगर आप कोई कंप्यूटर खरीदने जा रहे हो तो आपको बेसिक यही चीजें बतानी होती हैं शॉपकीपर को कि मुझे ये OS का सिस्टम चाहिए, इतनी उसके अंदर जीबी होनी चाहिए, इतनी उसके अंदर CPU होना चाहिए, उसका पासवर्ड क्या होना चाहिए। इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी तो आप नहीं बताते हो, तो इसको आप इग्नोर करो। इतना वॉल्यूम होना चाहिए कि व्हाट शुड बी दी हार्ड डिस्क और दी साइज ऑफ द हार्ड डिस्क। सो जो चीज आप फिजिकली कर रहे हो वही चीज आप ऑनलाइन क्लाउड प्रोवाइडर्स पे कर रहे हो। सेम, इट इज ऑलमोस्ट दी सेम थिंग if you understand it conceptually. Okay, so security group I have told you. Okay, so now let's get back to the console. So since मैंने सब कुछ दे दिया है और I'm pretty satisfied. So see here also you are getting a option like a warning basically for a free tier. So make sure आपका जितना भी configuration हो वो free tier में रहे. Like your OS is in free tier, your instance type is in free tier, and उसका आप information इस जगह पर देख सकते हैं. Okay. So since I am satisfied with the configuration, and click on the launch instance. Correct. All right. So after clicking on launch instance, I get a message that it is successful. This is the same screen that I've shown you on my console. Yes. Now we can go back and click on the instance. And see. This is the instance that I just created. The name is the XYZ. It is in running state. I choose T2 micro, and it is running right now. Running. Okay. So now I'll track back and I'll show you the options that we have that I just explained earlier. Okay. So now it is the instance that is in running state. So if I click on this, I can see the instance that I just created because it is in running state. Okay. Now we can go back, we can click on volumes. See, now earlier I did not have any volume, कोई volume नहीं था मेरे पास. So since I've created the machine, or if you remember, I chose 8 GB basically. So 8 GB volume is now visible to me, and the status is in use. Basically ये use हो रहा है हमारे instance के साथ. All right. So okay. Now again, keep here as I explained. Here you can see the ATH AWS ATH workshop. So आपको keep here भी visible है. Same goes for the security group. All right. So now we have gone to instance and see we have a running instance right now. तो आपने अपनी पहली instance successfully launch कर ली है. Right. Again, as I explained you, instance name is visible. These are some of the options that you can do with your instance, and this is the information about the system. I'll explain you all the things one by one. All right, let's start with the options first. So on the screen, you will see connect, instance state, action, and launch instance options. Next, let's skip the theoretical part and let's start with the practical. I think that will be more interesting for you guys. All right. So see, I have this instance and there are these options that I have. Okay. So let's start with the rightmost option. So again, it is the launch instance option. It is same as available on the desktop, same launch instance option. So there is no difference, and I have already explained this part. So I think we can skip it. All right. So second option is the actions option. So in actions, we have different kind of things जो हम अपने इंस्टेंस के साथ कर सकते हैं. The different kind of settings that we can do for this computer जो basically हमने start किया. तो हम इस कंप्यूटर के साथ कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, इसकी डिटेल्स देख सकते हैं. वी कैन मैनेज इंस्टेंस की सेटिंग्स कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि स्टॉप कर सकते हैं उसको, उसका बिहेवियर चेंज कर सकते हैं, यूजर डेटा चेंज कर सकते हैं. तो मतलब ये थोड़ा आपको खुद थ्योरेटिकली थोड़ा सा पढ़ना पड़ेगा कि ये पर्टिकुलरली क्या चीज क्या कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज इतना डिटेल में हम इस चीज को नहीं कवर कर पाएंगे अभी. बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड अगर टाइम अलाउ करता है तो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इसको एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगा. ऑलराइट. सो बेसिकली ये पहला टैब आपको इंस्टेंस की सेटिंग्स देता है. दूसरा टैब आपको नेटवर्क से रिलेटेड सेटिंग्स देता है कि क्या क्या आप नेटवर्क में क्या चीजें चेंज कर सकते हो. थर्ड आपको सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड सेटिंग्स दे सकता है. देन आपको इमेजेस से, इमेज और टेम्पलेट विल गो इनटू डीप इनटू दिस टॉपिक फॉर इन टुमारोज वर्कशॉप. एंड दिस इज बेसिकली मॉनिटरिंग कि हमारी सिस्टम कैसे बेसिकली परफॉर्म कर रहा है. इंस्टेंस स्टेट इज बेसिकली अगर आप इसको स्टॉप करना चाहते हो और रनिंग करना चाहते हो. अभी करंटली अगर आप इफ यू सी द इंस्टेंस स्टेट इज इन रनिंग स्टेट. So what I can do is the instance is selected and I can click on stop instance. I can click on stop. See, now it is showing me that successfully stopped. If I refresh the page, currently the instance is vanished because I have added a filter that is instance state running. Okay. So agar if I cross this, see, I can again see the instance and the current state is stopped. So if we go back to EC2 dashboard and click on running instances, so it will be blank because मैंने उसकी state running से stop कर दिया है. Okay. So अब वो instance हमको instance tab पे दिखेगी since it is stopped. So I'll select this again and I'll click on this and I'll restart the instance. Okay. So let's wait for it to start. It will take around 30 seconds or 1 minute to restart. Let's wait for another 30 seconds. Right. So as you can see, I have started the instance. All right. These are the options that I have just explained you: connect, instance state, and actions. All right. So now let's see the details of these things in more depth. Right. Okay. So I have selected this instance, and you can see here these are the information related to this instance. We have the instance ID, we have the public address, we have private address, we have its status, we have different things, basically different information. Okay, let's start with the instance ID. Instance ID is nothing, just a unique identifier of the machine. यूनिक आइडेंटिफायर आप इस चीज को रिलेट कर सकते हो जैसे आपका मोबाइल नंबर है. सो बेसिकली योर मोबाइल नंबर इज अ यूनिक आइडेंटिफायर फॉर यू. जो आपका मोबाइल नंबर होगा वो ऑब्वियसली किसी और का नहीं होगा. तो इफ देयर इज अ मोबाइल नंबर, सो दैट विल बी बिलोंगिंग टू यू ओनली, और यू आर द पर्सन हु विल बी रीचेबल फ्रॉम दैट मोबाइल नंबर. राइट. सिर्फ आप ही उस नंबर से रीचेबल हो सकते हो. तो दैट इज अ यूनिक आइडेंटिफायर फॉर यू. तो AWS क्या करता है, जब भी हमको इंस्टेंस बनाते हैं तो उससे रिलेटेड एक इंस्टेंस आईडी जनरेट करता है. इट जनरेट्स अ इंस्टेंस आईडी फॉर यू ऑटोमेटिकली. सो दिस इज बेसिकली अ यूनिक आइडेंटिफायर फॉर योर इंस्टेंस. This will be unique globally, worldwide. अगर मेरी ये XYZ इंस्टेंस को वी हैव दिस इंस्टेंस आईडी, तो दिस इंस्टेंस आईडी कैन नॉट बी एसोसिएटेड विद एनी अदर मशीन दैट इज रनिंग ग्लोबली वर्ल्ड वाइड। तो इंस्टेंस आईडी का ये होता है बेसिकली, एड्रेस मान सकते हो आप इसको या कुछ भी मान सकते हो, बस आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए यूज होता है। पब्लिक आईपी एड्रेस है इसका पब्लिक एड्रेस की, ये पब्लिकली इस एड्रेस पे रीचेबल होता है। आई होप आपको आईपी एड्रेसेस वगैरह थोड़ा सा आइडिया होगा। तो ये पब्लिक एड्रेस है और ये इसका प्राइवेट एड्रेस है जो AWS अपने आप उसको प्रोवाइड करता है। Alright. So if we go into theoretical concepts, so instance ID I have explained you. Sorry. Okay. Instance ID I have explained you that it is a unique identifier. Public IP address is the public IP on which the machine is reachable, and private IP address is the internal IP address that AWS provides. You'll get to know about these things in detail when we will cover the networking concepts, because these public IP and private IP are more to the networking related concepts. Okay. Right. Again, like there are more information available for your EC2 instances, host name, public IP DNS, public IP address name. Let's see them on the console. Right. Public IP address DNS, public IP DNS name, host name. So basically these all things are related to the networking part of your instance. मतलब आपका इंस्टेंस इन चीजों पे रीचेबल होगा, आप इन चीजों से उसको एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। व्हेन वी विल लर्न हाउ टू कॉन्फ़िगर एनीथिंग ऑन दिस इंस्टेंस, तो आपको इन चीजों का ज्यादा आइडिया होगा, क्योंकि कल की वर्कशॉप में आई शो यू हाउ टू एक्चुअली यूज दीज एड्रेसेस। आप इसको यूज कैसे करोगे एंड व्हाई आर दे यूज्ड। सो अभी आप इन चीजों को बस इस तरीके से समझ लीजिए कि दीज आर दी इंटरनेट एक्सेसिंग थिंग्स फॉर योर कंप्यूटर बेसिकली। ओके। सो अगेन इनका एक्सप्लेनेशन है, यू विल गेट बेटर आइडिया व्हेन वी विल कॉन्फ़िगर अ प्रोडक्ट ऑन द मशीन टुमारो। सो I'll explain you all the things in detail by tomorrow. All right. So this is the basic overview, how you can launch an instance, how you can read an information about the system and what AWS is, why the cloud computing was launched, why it came into existence. So we have basically covered the basics of a cloud platform. So all right. So I think now you guys will be pretty clear how you can start a instance around it. Okay, so this was the end of the first day session where we have covered the topics, why cloud computing came into picture, what is cloud computing, what are the different platforms of the cloud computing, and we have successfully launched our first EC2 or first instance or a first server for you guys to get started on. All right. So this is the end of the first day session, and let me brief you about the session that we will have tomorrow. For tomorrow's session, we will be covering these 6 agendas. We will be learning more about the storage options. We will be learning about the identity access management. We will be learning about the networking, that is VPC. We will learn about service name CloudWatch. We will learn about Elastic Block Service. And then we will do hands-on in installing a LAMP server and a WordPress for you. Basically, by the end of tomorrow's session, you guys will be able to create your blogging website, and everything would be practical as it was done today. All right. So now let's start with some Q&A session, and I'll be if opening up your Q&A part right now.
ठीक है, Q&A सेशन पे जा रहे हैं। सार्थक क्यों करेगा?
Ankesh, are there any questions that I need to pick up? Have you shortlisted any questions?
Now I'm going to explain them about ATS info system and what
Your
exactly
voice is very
services.
low, Ankesh. Sorry.
Just a second. Give me a moment. Yeah, now it's better.
Still very low for me.
Hello, I'm better now. I'm audible. Hello.
Voice is very low, Ankesh. Like I'm not able to hear you properly. Ankesh, are you there? Hello. Sorry guys, I think Ankesh is facing some technical issues. Just give us a minute to sort it out. Guys, just give us 5 more minutes. There is some technical issue.
Hello.
Yes, Ankush.
Now I'm audible.
Very low voice for you.
Yes.
Meha, it's better now.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start again. Sorry, I think you people missed my 2-3 minutes. So I'm starting again. Before starting about the ATH info system, I just want to explain why we have started these courses. So we have started our services in Noida in last 2 year back as a software company. Earlier we are in US only, and we have started recruiting the people here and for the DevOps and cloud. So we have communicated several training providers companies, and they have sent people to us for the interview. And what we have found, they have taken training for 3 months, 6 months, but they don't have the actual practical knowledge. They are lacking on the practical knowledge. They just taken the training, and I don't know what kind of training they are giving, but they are missing a lot. So due to those shortcomings, we have discussed internally and we have decided to create a professional program where we know actually a software company need for that, what exactly they are looking for. So उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमने ये प्लान किया कि हम एक ऐसा कोर्स डिजाइन करेंगे जो ना सिर्फ आपकी ज्वाइनिंग कराएगा मतलब किसी कंपनी में, आफ्टर ज्वाइनिंग आपकी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी हो ये भी हम मेक श्योर करेंगे. उसके लिए हमने एक ऐसा कोर्स ज्वाइन ट्राई किया क्रिएट करने का जिसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा थ्योरेटिकल प्लस प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज हो. We are a software company, so we know what exactly is software company looking into their employees for the cloud and for the DevOps. So that's why we designed the course. I'm giving you a little background of my company. Yeah, so we have a leading software service provider company with our headquarters in Ohio. So in US, we have our headquarters in Ohio, and we have 4 offices in US. One is Omaha, and one in North Canton, St. Jose, and another we have in the Australia, Sydney. And we have opened an office in Noida as well, Noida Sector 62. Our main services, if you say the main services are DevOps, DevSecOps, cloud, and blockchain services. So we are the partner of major cloud providers like AWS. We are the AWS partner. We are Microsoft Azure partner, and we are Google partner. So you can see like we are partner with major clouds. So we know the exactly what services they are provided, what the market future market requirements. So we are aware with that because we are synchronized with those cloud providers and their new services. We are attending their webinars, so we are aware accordingly. About ATH, like we are the leading vendor on cloud marketplace. If you go on the AWS marketplace and you just search the ATH, you can see around 200 plus product on the single ATH AWS cloud marketplace we have. Similarly, we have a lot of products on Azure marketplace and GCP. So we are the leading, you can say the vendor of cloud marketplace. So that's why we are aware like what exactly the market requirement, what exactly the people are looking for, and we have a very strong technical team behind supporting those things. So that's why we are entering in this market. And our goals are actually, so as earlier I told you, we are not giving a training which just you spend 3 months and you don't know anything. We are going to give you a complete training platform where we will provide you 300 plus hours of instructor lead training. Means if you are attending a class for 90 minutes, after that our trainer will be available for next 8 hours for you, and you can ask anything with them. You can like share your screen, you can discuss with them. So we want whatever you study in the training session, you will be practically implement, and we will provide you the enough time for that. So that's our idea. And I told you, we have a bunch of industry experts. We have very big team in DevOps. So they will support you on the training and they will support you on the lab session. So this is 9 module-based training actually. And after every module, you will have an assessment. So it's a 10 assessment after every module, 3 real-time live project. And in parallel, we will give you the weekend workshop as well. And as I told you, we will provide you on-demand lab and instructor availability. So this is the basic core strength of our program, which we are going to start now. Uh, Obviously, once you join a program, the main question behind the mind, like placement, certification. So for placement, we will provide you complete assistance for the placement, 100% assistance, multiple mock interviews, and you will already have the amount of knowledge once you complete this course. So it's a guarantee placement program we have. For certification, like whatever certification you want to do related to AWS and DevOps Cloud, we will guarantee you to clear your certifications, because our level of education is very high. So it's very easy to you for the like clear your certifications. We will provide you the suitable batch timing. If you can say for professionals, it's evening batch time. For a student or they are just preparing for the interview, we will provide daytime batches as well. And same, like labs is available every time for everyone. You just ping on the chat and you will directly connect with our instructor immediately. Similarly, like interview preparation and resume making, my team will help you on that. And we will provide you multiple mock interview sessions. And as I told you, we have a bunch of experienced professionals, so they know exactly what a interviewer asks. They can read the mindset of the interviewer, so they will provide you a proper mock interview sessions for that. Uh, we have a bunch of trainers, but few of them, like I am the Ankesh and CEO of this company. Apart from this, we have Dominic Ross, who has 12 years of experience, and he's the cloud architect in our team. We have Sunil. He is a principal program manager in Microsoft. He is leading the Azure product team in Microsoft, and he is in Washington. So he will also part of our training program. We have Meha. Meha has 12 years of experience, and she is the architect in ATH. Parallelly, we have Sarthak and many more people in the team. So only this is not going to be one instructor, one training program. We will provide you multiple instructors depending on the topics coming in the program. So we will try to provide you the expert. Like if you go in the DevOps for the CI/CD pipeline, we will provide you expert for that topic. So topic wise, you will get instructors, and those are expert in that topic. So that's why we have started this session with the cloud. But again, this is the cloud plus DevOps program. So similarly, we will provide you the instructor according to the topic wise. So in our DevOps professional program, like industry leading platform, and we will provide you opportunity to interview in top MNCs like BBC News, eBay, GE, include PayPal, Spunk, Uber, and other MNCs worldwide. Uh, you know the DevOps is the leading technology in the market, and you will get lucrative salaries in US around 127 starting is from Indeed.com. But India also the packages is somewhere around 15 to 40 lakhs in between in the DevOps. In the starting, maybe you will start with some low package, but once you have experience of 1 and 2 year, you will get salary around 20 lakhs in the DevOps. So this is the main lucrative feature of DevOps, and it's a leading technology. Once again, if we come for the program benefit, like if you see this screen, DevOps engineer. So different MNCs hiring for the DevOps engineer like TCS, JP Morgan, IBM, Amazon. And you can see the salaries start from 6 lakhs to 17 lakhs for the starting level and maximum 32 lakhs. Similarly, if you go for the DevOps manager, it's around 40 lakh salary starting, and similarly like other technologies as well. So if you see like DevOps architect, and the clients may be hiring the Bank of America, Deloitte, Wipro, Accenture, and their minimum salary is 30 lakhs to 50 lakhs, you can say. So these are the figures for the salary perspective. And I'm just closing my this session, and your lab session will be available from now onward. The same link you can use for the discussing with the for the same link you can use for the discussing with our instructors. And if you end the meeting, again you can click on the same link and you can rejoin. So this link will be available till 5 today. And again we will start our new session for tomorrow 11 a.m. Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any query, you can just ask to me. So yes, someone asked about the duration of the course. So this is 12 weeks program and 5 days in a week and 90-minute class time, and again 8 hours daily will be the lab time. Lab time will be optional for you. If you want something to do with the instructors, then you can join the lab, and if you don't want to do this, then you can just exit. Okay. Yes. So course price will be 30,000 for the whole 12 weeks program. And yeah, I'm unmuting. Give me a moment. So price will be 30,000, and again duration will be 12 weeks. Any other question? Okay, so for working professional, we are starting classes around 8:30 p.m. in evening, but lab will be available in daytime only. And weekend as well. Anusha, any other query? Yeah, it will be 100% placement. So for the tools covering in the DevOps, after this session, I'm going to provide you the complete TOC of the course, and you will see what exactly we will cover in that TOC. So you will get a link after this session, and you can discuss if you want with our counselor. Any other query? We will provide you placement guarantee plus certification guarantee. Yeah, any other query? Okay. It looks like you don't have queries right now, so you can ask anything. If you wish, again in the chat, my team will be available to respond you. And I will suggest go with the PPT which we have already shared in the group one by one, and try to create account and try to create the EC2 instance. My team will help you. If you want, they can share your screen as well, and they will help you whatever problem you will face. Yes. If you are from technical background, technical support. If you are from technical support, this course certainly helpful for you. Once you join this course, you will be able to understand everything in DevOps, and you can mention DevOps experience in your resume. Honestly, there is no degree required for this course. Like any computer degree will be good for this. Like any computer background, people can do this course. Okay, I am disconnecting now. And for any other query, you can ping in the chat box. My team will respond you. And apart from this, my course coordinator is going to call you on the phone and you can discuss detail. And for the TOC, we are going to give you the link about the detail of the course. Thanks for joining.